What's up, everybody? In this episode, we're going to get back to a little Tomahawk talk, and I'm going to be unboxing a new Tomahawk from JXE JXO that I think is pretty cool for the price. Stay tuned. I just wanted to take a moment to greet all of my subscribers and all of the new visitors as well. Welcome to 411 Outdoors. If you love outdoor fun and adventure, then I believe you'll love this channel, and I'd be pumped to have you as a subscriber. Just don't forget to click the bell to get your notifications. Now let's get rolling. Back in the summer, I reviewed a light throwing Tomahawk from a company called JXE JXO. It was only a couple of months after my channel had been launched. They saw the video, they liked the video, they reached out to me. Last week, I received a set of pretty cool throwing knives from them that I thought were awesome for the price, and I reviewed those last week. You may or may not have seen that video. You should go back and check it out if you haven't, if you like throwing knives, because I think you will really like those throwing knives for the price. I know I did. Well, I received a really cool Tomahawk in the mail last night from JXE JXO. This is the second thing from their product line that they have sent me to review, and I'm going to be doing that today. I had a chance to look at this last night, and I think it looks really cool. Let's take it out of the sheath. Comes with a really nice sheath. I think this thing's pretty scary, if you ask me. Take a look at that. Look at that spike. That's extremely sharp and pointy and hard. Look at this thing. As far as the specs are concerned, this Tomahawk is made from 420 HC. It's about 14 inches in length. It has a blade length of about 3.9 inches. It's 1.34 pounds. The title of this Tomahawk is their camping axe. It's a throwing tactical Tomahawk with spike. I'm going to be providing a link for this in the description of the video. I think it looks really cool. I was really excited to receive this. It comes really sharp out of the box. Got a fiberglass handle, and the price of this Tomahawk is $19.99, which I don't think is bad at all. I went out to take a look at the reviews. I always look at the reviews, as I said in my prior video. This scores a 4.2 out of 5. I looked at a lot of the reviews, and again, you're going to get mixed reviews. You're going to get a lot of people who love this and a lot of people who were not fond of it. The biggest complaint that I saw regarding this Tomahawk was that the handle breaks when thrown. A lot of people put in their comments that the handle broke pretty easy when they were out throwing this Tomahawk. A lot of people put in the reviews that this is a Tomahawk that's not for throwing. You will enjoy it more if you're just using it as a camping axe or tool, as just or a tactical weapon that you're keeping around for the next zombie apocalypse or purge or something like that. This would be a scary zombie apocalypse weapon. I mean, this thing would take out any zombie or any psychopath, especially this point. If you pull this out, I'm running away. I mean, if you pull this out right here, you're gonna see this guy right here just take off. I might even be able to walk on water if you come after me with this thing. But again, the reviews were mixed. A lot of people were talking about the handle breaking. Now, people were putting in the comments, this was not a throwing Tomahawk, but it is advertised as a throwing Tomahawk. And I wanna give you some perspective with regards to that. With this review, I wanna show you my SOG Fast Hawk. Now, I am the owner of the Cold Steel Warhawk, the S-Wing Black Eagle Tomahawk. I own the SOG Fast Hawk, and I'm now an owner of this. Now, when I look at the SOG Fast Hawk, I want to kind of share a couple of things with you. Let me pull this up here. This is smaller. This is the SOG Fast Hawk, and this is the JXE JXO Tomahawk. A lot of people complained about the handle coming off. Okay, this is a $20 Tomahawk, okay, and this is a $40 Tomahawk. In some places it costs even more than that. I was throwing the SOG Fast Hawk, and the handle came off on this one as well. The handle broke on this little bit more expensive Tomahawk as well. I think that's a common thing that can happen with any Tomahawk, especially that's not full tang. Now, you can modify these things, you can fix them, and what I did with my SOG was I just grinded down 2 nice pieces of wood that I was able to put in the holes. I wedged them in there, and I just wrapped this thing in electrical tape. And literally, I beat it to death, and it never comes off anymore. So I want to step out and say that it's normal for the handles on these things to break. You have to find ways to adjust. Let me share with you the way I tend to think. I can go out and pay $40 to $50 for a SOG Fast Hawk that's not full tang like this, that runs just as much risk of having the handle come off as it did, or I can pay $20 for something like the JXE JXO Tomahawk, and I can pay an additional $10 to get a backup handle. Now, I'm an Amazon Prime member. I could have a handle sent to me like this in 2 days. So I could sink 30 bucks into this Tomahawk, which I think looks cooler. I think this looks cooler than the SOG in my opinion. And I could pay $30 to have this and a backup handle, because they sell these handles for $9.99. You could pay 30 bucks and get not only the Tomahawk and a backup handle, or you can pay 40 to 50 bucks and just get this one. But they both run the risk of losing their handles. That's just normal. Before I do some demonstrating and testing on this, I just want to talk about, some of the obvious things. This is really cool looking. Holding this in my hand, it's totally worth 20 bucks. Most definitely worth 20, and I would go ahead and invest 10 more dollars just to have a backup handle if you want to throw this. Even if you don't throw this, there's nothing this can't do around the campsite, and it does make a pretty awesome weapon. This is a very, very sharp and dangerous spike that will penetrate pretty much just about anything. One of the things I always want to do is to consider what I'm getting for the price. I think it's pretty cool that anybody and everybody can get their hands on one for 20 bucks. If I didn't have any other Tomahawk, I'd be proud to sport this around. I'd be proud to put this on my belt, to walk through the woods with it, to use it on the campsite, and to throw it and do whatever I want to do with it, because I believe it gets the job done. And 20 bucks is a great price. Good golly. It's gonna be hard to get out. Let's talk about some takeaways. The spike is by far the most dangerous part of this Tomahawk for me, and would be the selling point. Now, I threw this several times. The handle did loosen up some. That's normal. I missed a couple of times because I didn't have the distance quite right. The handle on each Tomahawk is different, and you can grip it in different places for certain amounts of distance. Missed a couple of times. The handle's already loose, but here's a little hack that I would give you, and something that I typically like to do. If you want to throw your Tomahawks like this and you want them to last a little longer, put some more reinforcements there. I mean, for me, I'm going to take electric tape. I'm going to wrap it around this part of the handle. I'm just going to seal it up good. Not too much, but a nice layer of electric tape. If that's what you want to do, is if you want to throw this, I say get out and have fun. Don't not throw it. Just wrap it in electrical tape. Get some black duct tape, seal it up real good. It'll hold on a lot longer if you'll do that. As you can see, it doesn't look bad at all, and you'll get a lot more mileage out of the Tomahawk if you'll reinforce it this way. I mean, I think it's worth it. It may not look as pretty as it does like that, but who cares? If you're out throwing it, you don't care about how pretty it looks anyway. It's gonna get beat up. Another observation that I made is that this blade is kind of thick. Now, the edge feels very sharp. I know I mentioned that. The thing is, though, is when you're throwing, you're gonna find out that the width of this blade very much resembles the width of the S-Wing Black Eagle. I'm planning on getting together with a close friend of mine who's got a grinder. We're gonna grind the edge of my S-Wing down. I'm gonna have to do that here as well. You may or may not feel like you need to do that. If you're just doing general camping and general chopping with this, you're not gonna need to do it, but I'm gonna grind this blade down a little bit. It's slightly thicker. My Warhawk, for example, is a lot thinner than this. My S-Wing Sportsman axe is a lot thinner, so I would recommend this being grinded down some. Maybe take some black duct tape, electrical tape, reinforce the handle a little bit, buy you a $10 backup handle, and you'll get a lot of use out of this $20 Tomahawk. It looks cool. It does pretty good, with the exception of a couple of things that I would modify and reinforce. I think you'd be good to go if you didn't have a lot of money to spend on a Tomahawk, but you really want one. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. Take care.